Good morning, my dear students. Welcome back to Social Science online teaching classes from Vishwamanava Residential High School. Dear students, in today's video, we are going to discuss the 1 marks question and answers, 2 marks question and answers, and 3 marks question and answers in the lesson The Impact of British Rule in India. Dear students, we have already discussed in the previous videos the whole concept of the impact of British rule in India. Now, in today's video, we are going to discuss through the most important question and answers in this lesson. Okay. Okay. Let's start. The first question. Who implemented the permanent zamindar system in our country? Who implemented the permanent zamindar system in India? Answer. Lord Cornwallis implemented the permanent zamindar system in India. Then second question. Who implemented the administration of civil service in India? Answer. Lord Cornwallis implemented the administration of civil service in India. Then third question. Who is the first British Governor General of India? Answer. Lord Warren Hastings. Lord Warren Hastings, he was the first British Governor General of India. Then fourth question. Who introduced the first police system in India? Answer. Lord Cornwallis introduced the first police system in India. Then fifth question. Who created the post of Superintendent of Police? Answer. The post of Superintendent of Police was created by Lord Cornwallis. Then sixth question. When was Police Act introduced by British? Answer. 1861. In that year, the Police Act introduced by British. Then seventh question. Which committee recommended for resign of Indian military system? Answer. Peel Committee. Peel Committee recommended for resigned of Indian military system. Then eighth question. When did permanent zamindari system implemented in Bengal and Bihar provinces? Answer. In the year 1793. Then ninth question. Who implemented the Mahalwari system? Very important question. Who implemented the Mahalwari system? Answer. R.M. Britt and James Thompson. Then 10th question. Who introduced the Raitwari system? Answer. Alexander Reed introduced the Raitwari system. Then 11th question. Name the British officer who supported the modern education in India. Answer. Lord Warren Hastings. Then 12th question. Who established the Sanskrit College in Banaras? Answer. Jonathan Deccan established the Sanskrit College in Banaras. Then 13th question. Which report laid B's foundation for modern education in India? Answer. Macaulay report. Then 14th question. Which Charter Act changed the post Governor General of Bengal as a Governor General of India? Which Charter Act? Answer. 1833 Charter Act changed the post Governor General of Bengal as Governor General of India. Then 15th question. Which act became base for formation of Indian Constitution? Answer. Indian Government Act of 1935. Then 16th question. Which act recommends establishment of Reserve Bank of India? Answer. Indian Government Act of 1935. So this is about the 1 marks question and answers in the lesson The Impact of British Rule in India. Now let's move on the 2 marks question and answers. The first question in the second main. Name the courts established by Lord Cornwallis. Answer. Diwani Adalat and Fauzdari Adalat. Then second question. Where did universities are established under recommendations of Charles Wood? Answer: Calcutta, Madras and Bombay. Then third question, let's state the judicial system formulated through East India Company. Answer: one is Diwani Adalat and second one is Fauzdari Adalat. In the Diwani Adalat we can see it is a civil court which Hindus were dispensed justice as per the Hindus scriptures and Muslim as per Shariat. These courts came under the administration of European office. See, dear students, a new judicial system started finding roots when the British rule in began taking over the Mughal rule. After the Battle of Buxar, the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II handed over the Diwani rights, isn't it? Then the authority to collect land taxes to the British. With this dual administration, dual government system came into effect in Bengal region. So this is called the dual government. Understand? Then after under this, the authority to collect land taxes, civil and judiciary were given to the Indian officials. So it is Diwani Adalat. Then second one is Fauzdari Adalat. Fauzdari Adalat, it is criminal court. Fauzdari Adalat, it is a criminal court. Diwani Adalat, it is a civil court. Keep it in mind. Fauzdari Adalat, it is a criminal court under the control of Qazi. They were functioning under the supervision of European officers. Later, the British legal procedures were introduced in the criminal code. So, this is about Diwani Adalat and Fauzdari Adalat. Then, let's move on. The fourth question, what are the measures undertaken at the time of British in police system? What were the measures? What are the measures undertaken at the time of British in police system? Answer. See here, dear students, Lord Cornwallis implemented the efficient police system in India for the first time, isn't it? See, the police are in charge of maintaining the internal law and other situation. The major measures we can see, the Superintendent of Police post was created. The Superintendent of Police post was created. Who Superintendent of Police post was created? Lord Cornwallis. Lord Cornwallis Superintendent of Police post was created. Then second point, every district divided into many stations. Then third point, every station came under control of Kotwal. Then fourth point, every village are under the care of Chowkidar. Then fifth point, the police commission law was also introduced. Then fifth point, the police officer were under the powers of magistrates, were under the power of law. So this is about the measures undertaken at the time of British in police system. Okay, let's move on. The fifth question, very important. See here, in permanent zamindari system, the Indian farmers were born in debt, live in debt and died in debt. How? Prove that. The Indian farmers were born in debt, lived in debt and died in debt. How? Answer. In the permanent zamindari system, we can see Lord Cornwallis implemented the permanent zamindari system, isn't it? Lord Cornwallis implemented a new land tax policy in Bengal and Bihar regions. See, dear students, during the Year 1793 in order to generate revenue per annum. This was called as a permanent zamindari system. See here, in this permanent zamindari system, farmers lost their ownership of lands, isn't it? Then zamindars collected excess taxes from farmers. Then farmers have to work under the zamindars. Then farmers are exploited and had to live a life of insecurity. Then after the farmers, Indian farmers became very poor. Farmers borrow the loans from money lenders to pay heavy taxes. So, because we say the Indian farmers were born in debt, lived in debt, and died in debt, isn't it? So, the next sixth question, what were the main aspects of a Raitwari system? What were the main aspects of Raitwari system? Dear students, first we are going to discuss the Raitwari system. What were the main aspects? The Raitwari system was first implemented in the year 1792 Baramahal region by Alexander Reed. This system was later implemented in Madras and Mysore region by Thomas Munro in the year 1801. See here, under this system, both the farmers and the company were directly linked, isn't it? What were the main aspects? See here, the trailer of the land was recognized as the owner of the land. The trailer of the land was recognized as the owner of the land. Then, second point, the farmers and company were directly linked. The farmers and company were directly linked. Then, third point, the owner had to pay 50% of the tax. Then, third point, the land tax had 30 years tenure. Then, fifth point, the British officials took punitive actions to collect land taxes. Then, the last point, the farmers borrowed the loans from money lenders whenever crops failed. So, this is the main aspects of a Raitwari system. I already told both the farmers and the company were directly linked. The trailer of the land. The trailer means the farmers of the land was recognized as the owner of the land, isn't it? Then the owner had to pay 50% of the produce as land tax to the government company, isn't it? Then the next question, seventh question, what were the main aspects of Pitt's India Act of 1784? What were the main aspects of the Pitt's India Act of the 1784? Answer, the main aspects of Pitt's India Act of 1784, one is Board of Controllers institution was established. Then second point, it curtailed the political powers of Indians. Then third point, East India Company becomes integral part of British Empire. Then last point, Government of England is the ultimate ruler of India. So this is about the Pitt's India Act. See here, the Pitt's India Act of 1784, it is the distinguished the commercial and political functions of the company, isn't it? Then eighth question, explain the reforms of Minto-Marley Act of 1909. What are the major reforms of Minto-Marley Act of 1909? Answer, the first point, the Central Legislative Council was extended. Then second point, the Regional Council also extended. Then third point, elections are introduced in regional councils. And the last point, separate electorate college was created on the basis of religion. So this is about the major reforms of Minto Marley Act of 1909. Then, so these are the 2 marks question and answers in the lesson. The impact of British rule in India. Now let's we move on the 3 marks question and answers. Very important in your examination point of view. 3 or 4 marks. So all of you listen carefully. The first question, what were the effects of British land tax? What were the major effects of the British land tax? One is the British land tax. This system bring regular income to company. Then second point, the company exploited Indian farmers. Then third point, farmers lost the ownership of the land. Then fourth point, the British officials collect excess taxes from the farmers. And the fifth point, the money lenders became strong. And the last point, a new class of zamindars was created. So this is about the major effects of British land tax, isn't it? Then let's move on the second question, very important where in your examination point of view. Make a list of the effects of British education in India. What are the major effects of British education in India? Answer, English education was introduced. The first point, English education was introduced. Then second point, Indians developed democracy and rationality and nationality. India developed democracy and rationality and nationality, isn't it? Then third point, inputs was received for the local literature and languages. Then fourth point, Indian freedom struggle was influenced by English education. Then fifth point, universities are established in the Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. Then last point, new social and religious reformation movements emerged. So this is about the major effects of British education in India. Then let's we move on. The third question, very important. What were the restrictions imposed in Regulating Act of 1773? What were the restrictions imposed in Regulating Act of 1773? Answer, the first point, the Bengal presidency gained control over the other presidencies. The whole Bengal presidencies had gained control over the other presidencies. Then second point, the Governor General was authorized to direct access, control and supervise other presidencies. Then third point, Supreme Court of Judiciary was established in Calcutta. Then Lord Warren Hastings became the first Governor General of Bengal. Then it regulates the East India Company through this act. And the last point, Madras and Bombay presidencies came under the control of a Governor of Bengal. So this is about the restrictions imposed in Regulating Act of 1773. Then the fourth question, what are the important features of the Indian Government Act of 1858? What are the important features of the Indian Government Act of 1858? Answer, see here. See here, what are the important features of the Indian Government Act of 1858? Listen here. The first main feature, the license of East India Company was cancelled and India was brought under the direct administration of the Queen. The first main feature of the Indian Government Act of 1858, we can see the license of the East India Company was cancelled, isn't it? And India was brought under the direct administration of the Queen. Then, second point, the India was brought under the direct administration of the Queen. Then, the post of Governor General was changed into Viceroy. Lord Canning became the first Viceroy of India. Then, a new post called Secretary of State for India was created. The secretary was the part of the British cabinet and was responsible for the administration of India. And the last point, a Council of India was created. So, this is about the main important features of the Indian Government Act of 1858. Then, let's we move on. Very important question. How does the Indian Government Act of 1935 became the base of Indian Constitution? How does the Indian Government Act of 1935 became the base of Indian Constitution? Answer. Most of the provisions in the Constitution, most of the provisions in the Indian Constitution are based into this act. Then second point, this act alone the formation of the fully responsible government by the Indians, isn't it? Then third point, a federal system of Indian principalities, British government, regions and dominant states was formed. Then fourth point, the federal court was established. Then fifth point, Reserve Bank of India was also established and DRK was established at the center. So this is about the Indian Government Act of 1935, isn't it? Then the sixth question, what are the important features of 1919 Act? What are the important features of 1919 Act? Answer. In the important features of 1919 Act, we can see the Indians took active part in the First World War. Lord Montagu, who was the Secretary of the State, isn't it? The main important features we can see lower house and upper house were formed. Lower house and upper house. The act formulated bicameral legislative bodies. The bicameral legislative bodies we can see lower house and upper house were established, isn't it? Then DRK was allowed at regional government. The DRK, it is government of two independent authorities. Then a high commissioner was appointed for India. Then separate electoral college was extended for Muslims, Sikh, Anglo-Indians, Europeans. Then it promised to improve local self-government. And the last point, provincial budget was separated from a central government. So this is about the important features of 1919 Act. Then the last question in this lesson, what are the difference between zamindari and raitwari system? What are the difference between zamindari and raitwari system? The first we are going to discuss the zamindari system. So listen carefully. Zamindars had the right to collect the land tax. Then zamindars are the owner of land. Then third point, farmers are exploited by the zamindars. And the last point, Lord Cornwallis introduced the zamindari system. So this is about the zamindari system. Then the another side, raitwari system. In the raitwari system we can see farmers are the responsible for paying of land tax. Then second point, farmers are the owners of land. Then third point, farmers are exploited by company. And the last point, Alexander Reed introduced the raitwari system. So this is about the difference between zamindari and raitwari system. So these are the 3 marks question and answers in this lesson. The impact of British rule in India. Dear students, in today's video we have learnt 1 marks question and answers, 2 marks question and answers, and 3 marks question and answers in the lesson The Impact of British Rule in India. Okay, my dear students, thank you.